Look at that view. That's gorgeous. I'm outside right now. I'm running. And this is the first run I've done, I believe, since April. I'm not sure. And the last time I was actually consistently outside running was probably around October of last year. And I really have no business getting into it. Look at that. I really have no business getting into things this quickly. I've bulked up in the gym. I've gained about 15 kilos. That's about, what's that, about 35 pounds, give or take, since last time I was running consistently. And I felt it. And you can see it on my face and everything. I'm not exactly lean right now. Closing in on 200 pounds. Sitting at about 195. And yeah, like pretty much off the rip, I had shin splints from hell. If anybody knows what shin splints are, they suck. And yeah, pretty much off the rip, those were burning like there was battery acid pumped into them. My IT band, side of my leg basically, it's all tight and jacked up. Right, so that sounds horrible. And it is horrible. It feels horrible. But all things considered, I feel pretty good. Actually, I feel great right now. I've got some air in my lungs. I got moving outside, a thing I haven't done in a while, you know, besides walking and stuff, but actually being outside and exerting yourself physically. There's something to be said about that. It was amazing, and I regret nothing. And I had some fun. And that's one thing that needs to be considered with getting fit. Even if you just want to work out to look good, you have to have some element of enjoyment in your journey. Otherwise, you're going to fall off at some point. Even if you're super, super disciplined and you do everything that's on paper effective, right? Eventually, you're going to get so bored out of your mind that no amount of discipline is going to really get you moving. Now, of course, there's exceptions to the rule. You can be literally like David Goggins, disciplined, and just force yourself to do stuff you don't enjoy all day. But it's something I've been considering recently. I started deadlifting, for example, even though for my goals of looking jacked, maybe it's not the most scientifically effective hypertrophic exercise, but it's fun. And my forearms got stronger, and my back, so that's pretty cool. And that element of spontaneity kind of keeps you in it to a certain degree, is what I'm trying to say. And it's really an awesome feeling when you just do something, like running, for example, and you realize, wow, I suck at this. Awesome. You're gonna fail at it, and it's gonna be another avenue of progression. Maybe you've been lifting for a while, you start running, or you start doing power lifts, and it's something you can't really do so effectively, and you're like, instead of kicking yourself about it, go after it and get good at it, and something else to strive for. Just going for random stuff, especially at the start, can be good, because A, you can discover what you want to do. Maybe you want to lift and look good. Maybe you want to be good at cardio. Of course, the general recommendation is that you're sort of effective at both for overall health, if that's your deal. But I see so many people, and I talk to so many people, and they have this kind of preconception that they need to go all in right off the bat. I'm gonna lift for 4 days, bro. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do cardio 4 times a week for an hour. Might work for some people, but in my opinion, that's completely the wrong approach. You kind of have to find what you enjoy, and that, of course, will evolve with time, but initially what you enjoy, just go for it. Like, I hated going to the gym until I spoke to a trainer at one point about 3 years ago, and the first thing he asked me was, "Have you ever squatted?" I was like, "No." I couldn't even do like a free weight, body weight squat at the time, right? And the first thing he did is he took me up to the platform, the lifting platforms, and he had me do squats, and I was terrible at it. But the cool thing is, I enjoyed the hell out of it. And for me, I derived a sense of pride from it, from squatting more, because it was something I was so terrible at that getting good at that thing innately motivated me, right? And now I have I don't have an amazing squat. I still deal with pain and some issues here and there, and I've had setbacks, injury even. But I would say I have a pretty decent squat, better than the vast majority of the population. The point I'm trying to make is you can derive a sense of accomplishment from getting good at something you A, want to do, and B, suck at and fail at repeatedly, and just derive innate motivation from it. Like running. In school, I was always the fat kid, and I was the slowest, and I was the weakest, and I think that's why I'm so drawn to lifting and running, and why I was so proud of running 10 plus kilometers, 13 kilometers. I use metric. I'm weird like that because I live in Germany. Don't let the accent fool you. And I just derived pride from it, and I still derive pride from it. The fact that I've pushed through failure, but because it was also a thing I enjoyed, I was able to push through failure and get good at that thing. And be like, sort of in the back of my mind, like, screw you guys, I can do this thing. But the point I'm trying to make is just don't be afraid to fuck up. And just go for it. And if you find something new, just keep fucking up. And eventually, you might be halfway decent. So yeah, that's all I got to say.